Hello guys, welcome back to episode 4 of the Versus Save. I'm the Custard Prophet. So just a little reminder, this is Save is where we're going up against the FMAI. Over the course of a season, both of us playing with West Ham and seeing who gets the most points. So we've just gone through the January transfer window, and today we're going to play one game and run through the transfers. But first of all, let's see how we finished last time versus the AI. So this is the league table, exciting as it is. So we had 21 points. No, we had, why do I get that wrong every single time? Because I am stupid. 21, I almost said it again, 21 games and 31 points out of that. Really nice start, although we'd had a couple of dodgy results in the last couple of games at the end of the last episode. And the FMAI 21 points. They started to claw their way back. I think they were 12 points behind and now just 10 points behind. So we need to do something about this. So let us have a look at the results that have gone before. See you in a second. Okay guys, so this is our results since last time, and as you can clearly see, it's not gone well at all. Our tactic seems to have driven to the edge of a cliff, fallen off it, got back up on the cliff and fallen off the cliff again. It's really not gone very well. So we finished up last time a 0-0 draw, disappointing draw against bottom of the league Fulham. And this was kind of an indication that things weren't going quite as well as we planned. So we played Chelsea, and at home we scored an early goal. Philippe Anderson with the goal, but then they ran away with it. If I remember, it's been a little while since I played that particular game, but we were I think we played okay in this game, and then they just kind of went away from us. So then we made a few changes and played Millwall in the Cup. As you can see, Zinchenko got a game. Andy Carroll's back. Not for long though, he's now disappeared out of the club. We'll have a look at that in a second. But we had Carlos Sanchez, Balbuena, Zabaleta, who has left the club, Antonio, Obolang, Samir Nasri's back in the side after his suspension for God knows what he's done. Robbed a chippy or something. But despite all that, we drew the game, and we didn't deserve to win it. So that was disappointing. Then we went away to Watford. It was an even game, but we certainly were no better than Watford. And Ben Aranda scored a goal. That's how you pronounce it. 1-0 to them. So we had our replay against Millwall. We put out a stronger side. We got Diop sent off, which was helpful. And yeah, Yarmolenko, a couple of goals, but they took the lead again. So yeah, it was not great. Lucas getting an injury. Yarmolenko was the only bright spark in that game, and then we went to Arsenal. Now we did take an early goal, Arnautovic with the goal, and then Arsenal. Well, the first goal, actually, no, we're gonna just look at the first goal here, because this was the most ridiculous goal you are likely to see. Look, so ball comes in. You know, it's not great there. Great save, great double save from Fabianski, but then he throws it directly at number 14's head. It bounces up. Ogbonna just plays it straight to Mkhitaryan, and Mkhitaryan into the back of the net. Now, that is a spectacularly bad way to concede a goal, and it just went from bad to worse in that game. Absolutely ludicrous. Mustafi with 4 goals. I mean, when Mustafi is scoring 4 goals, you are not playing well. So we got that out of our system. We played Crystal Palace in the FA Cup. I wanted to put a decent side out here. Zinchenko did play. He came off the bench. Oblong did get a game. We put in this lad, Josh Pask, he's a young defender. Certainly, if I was playing this long term, this guy I would look to develop. He looks pretty good. We ended up losing 2-0. It wasn't a bad game. And then we played this game here against Crystal Palace. And, 1-1 looks disappointing. But I think we'll just have a look at the match stats here. 24 shots. Actually, you look at the clear-cut chances and half chances, it was not great for us. But I'm not quite sure how that was, because we had copious amounts of shots from inside the box. So, they scored right at the very end. It was hugely disappointing. But we certainly deserved more out of that. With 24 shots, you'd think you'd hit a few on target. We hit the bar 3 times. Yeah, what can you do? Okay, let's go on to have a look at how the FMAI's done. I mean, that was not the best month that I've ever played. So I picked up a 1 point since last time. Not great. I will concede that straight away. Okay, so this is how the FMAI have done, and it is a little bit worrying. They seem to have been a little bit further through the season at this point, which is strange because they've been playing in more cups. But anyway, so they won 2-1 away at Wolves. Good win. So that's a good 3 points. They beat Fulham 3-1. So that's another good 3 points. I think we also beat Fulham at home. No, we didn't. Actually, no, we didn't. I showed that was 0-0, disappointing loss. Went away to Burnley, lost 3-1, and away at Leicester, drew 0-0. I think that's a very decent set of results. The other thing you'll notice there is that they got through to the Carabao Cup final, where they played Manchester City, and unfortunately couldn't win. We got through to the quarters, they got through to the final. So if that mattered, which it doesn't, they would be ahead of us in that respect. This is what the league looks like, and it's getting a bit tight. It's getting a bit tight for my liking. There's 4 points in it now. 4 points in it. This is 24 games played, and there's 32 points to 28 points. We need to do something now. We need to put the afterburners on and leave them in our wake, drooling. Do I think that's going to happen with the current form we're on? Not so sure. So today we are going to be playing Everton, but before we do, we are going to have a look at the transfers that we have brought in. Okie dokie, picking a pokey. See you there. Just want to go through the transfers over the course of the transfer window. It's been entirely underwhelming. I tried very hard to sign players, and because we didn't have a lot of wages to play with, and because I couldn't offload anyone, no one seemed to want our players at all, we didn't get a lot done. But Andy Carroll did leave, so we did try and play Andy Carroll a few times as a striker, either as a 1 or a 2 in some of those games, and it failed miserably. He didn't seem to have a shot or a chance, and it just didn't seem to fit our system. So I thought, well, we'll get rid of him. And we managed to get rid of him to AZ Alkmaar, so good luck to him there. The only one in is Danny Drinkwater from Chelsea on loan for a fairly sizable loan fee, but he does add to our midfield options. So this is good old Danny. He's a fairly solid player, good passing, good tackling, good technique, plays very nicely as that sort of box-to-box midfielder or a deep line playmaker, and we'll be playing him in those sort of roles. There's decent pace and acceleration as well, so he definitely will add value to our central midfield compared to what we have already, and depth as well, which that was the one area we were really lacking in. Okay, so that's the transfers. Exciting stuff, eh? The other thing to note is that we have had a few players back from injury, who are going to be like new transfers. So we got Lanzini, Samir Nasri, and Winston Reid. I mean, Winston Reid he's a 3-star player, but decent heading, marking. Not the fastest player in the world, but I think he probably is going to get back into the team. Lanzini, I don't know, I expected him to be better on here, but good first touch, good dribbling. I think he's going to definitely add to our attacking threat. And who is the other person? Samir Nasri, who has played a few games already. He had his suspension. God knows what he did. Decent player. So he can play everywhere, can't he? In an attacking role, apart from up front. So we'll see what he does. See how he goes. but we'll be looking to integrate him and those other two into the squad. Okay, right, let's get on to the game. Right, so this is the team we're going with. We've got Lucas and Anderson and Yarmolenko up top, Noble and Drinkwater in midfield, Declan Rice in that sort of defensive centre role, Cresswell, Ogbonna, Diop, Ivanovic in the back, and Fabianski in goal. So hopefully this team can do the business. Interesting team, interesting setup from the other guys. But we'll see what happens. So, as I mentioned previously, this is kind of a voiceover of this, so it's sort of match of the day style commentary, or maybe not match of the day style, but at least after the event style commentary. So I know what's happened. You don't. I do. We'll see what happens. See if something surprising occurs. Just check my volumes are on. Yeah, they are. They're all on. Well, it's really going well so far. We've had the shot. Oh no, they've had 2 shots. Great. Nice shot there from Sigurdsson. What was that? Oh, it was a free kick. Decent save as well. You know what you're getting when you've got Sigurdsson in the team. He is a man with a free kick, and that's not something we've done an awful lot of recently. We're not creating the decent chances. Not getting a lot of highlights. It's all a bit disappointing, really. So Gomez into Sigurdsson. He has another shot. Oh, off the post. Fabianski, what are you doing? Just watching that go past you. Even game so far, although they've had the 2 highlights. 4 shots, 4 on target. So we'll get creative here. Inspired the team, excellent. They're overwhelmed, even better. And we carry on. Again, it's really even in terms of chances. I find it a bit weird that you sort of see the stat appearing before the recent events. I thought they should appear at the same time, but maybe that's just me. Half time, really exciting stuff, 0-0. Hopefully it gets better in the second half. Again, I know you don't. So Declan Rice is a bit annoyed there. I mean, he's barely able to move, I imagine, at this point, but we don't really have anyone to bring on in his place. I've got Sanchez, but it's like bringing on a cactus in midfield. Right, so I think at this point I was looking just to see if I could improve things a little bit, so increasing the line of engagement just to try and make us a little bit more attacking. And then, I was going to take off the distribution to the centre-back to try and encourage them to play slightly more interesting balls up there and move the play more quickly. Right, so not much going on here really. Noble and Drinkwater doing a bit of passing there. Yarmolenko down the wing. And as a shot, lovely shot, but I think this is pretty much what we're doing. We're getting the chances, but from range. 8 shots all. Oh, look at them. They're an awful team to us. They're just disinterested, stressed. Look at us. We're inspired. Not that it's helping. So, at this point, we're taking off Rice because he is knackered and bring on Lanzini to get his first game. And just sort of debating here whether we play Lanzini on the left, which I think we ended up doing, and Philippe Anderson just behind. I think that was the right move, the right call. I mean, Lanzini's not fit, but Rice he's really struggling with the amount of games he's been playing. Right, so we're demanding more, and we carry on. time ticking away. They made their substitution, Gomez for Davis. No, the other way around. Oh, we brought Arnautovic on. I missed talking about that, but I think that's again a good move because he is someone who can score a goal from outside the box. I think Lucas tends to get them from inside the box, and he misses a fair amount as well. I think it would have been good to do a shout about now. Okay. Trying to make some more changes. Zinchenko. No, I don't think I made any more substitutions. Yeah, wingbacks on attack. Trying desperately to effect some change, altering the roles in the in midfield there as well. So making Drinkwater the box-to-box midfielder, and Noble the deep-lying playmaker. Still thinking about Zinchenko. Did I bring Zinchenko? I don't think I didn't bring Zinchenko on. Can't remember what I did here. So getting confused, I think, but it's a really tight game. I mean, I guess it's important that we're not conceding vast quantities of goals against this team. It shows we're still competitive, although our place in the league, or our competitiveness relative to the other teams, seems to have dropped. So yeah, we're just moving Philippe Anderson and Lanzini around, hoping to elicit some sort of change. I think, trying to get the overlap as well, because we're playing two inside forwards, so trying to get it's asking a lot of Ivanovic. This isn't a real highlight, despite me thinking it was at the time, so I can sort of claim, I know this is, I just need to click confirm changes. That's all I need to do. Me getting irritated by that ball up there, because we're doing that an awful lot, actually, that sort of ball up the top, but to nobody, and we were getting on the end of those previously. I don't really know what else I could have done, really. I mean, despite having those extra players in there, we seem to have too many injuries to deal with it. So yeah, 0-0. Really uninspiring, rubbish game, really. But it's a point. It is a point, and we can live with a point. Let's hope we can move forward, and okay. See you. Let's see how things have gone with the AI. Okay, guys. Well, this is how the AI got on in the last game. So we can see there's the Manchester City results. Just to re-emphasise, they didn't win the Carabao Cup. There you go. You didn't win. But then they played Crystal Palace at home. That's a very, very winnable game. But they lost 3-1. That is not great. A 3-1 loss. It's good for us, but not good for them. They should have been catching us up there. So let's have a look at the table. So we've actually, surprisingly, extended our results to extend our points lead to 5 points. So we have played 25 games and have 33 points, whereas they have played the same number of games and scored 28 points. In terms of goals for and against, actually it's really, really similar. They've just lost more games than we have. So great. So we're going to probably come back, I think, at game number 30, which will be in 5 games' time, surprisingly enough. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed that and you haven't watched any of the other ones, please go back, watch them, hit the like button, subscribe, and join us next time. Cheers. See you then. Bye.